If you still believe that you have to pay a premium price to eat well, Aldi might just change your mind completely. For years, this supermarket chain was stuck with the stigma that low price equals low quality. However, the reality is quite the opposite. Many Aldi products have not only passed blind taste tests, but also feature cleaner ingredient lists and flavors that are more convincing than the expensive name brands found on supermarket shelves. The following list features 11 standout items, choices that, once tried, leave many people with no reason to ever go back to expensive labels. You'd be awesome if you liked this video.
Wow!
1. Simply Nature Organic Peanut Butter. What makes Aldi's peanut butter different isn't just the low price. It is the way they respect the essence of the product. The ingredients consist only of roasted peanuts and salt. There is no palm oil, no added sugar, and no stabilizers to create a fake sense of smoothness. When you open the lid, the layer of oil floating on top is not a manufacturing defect. It is the clearest proof of minimalism and honesty in their formula. Once stirred, you will smell the natural roasted peanuts, taste the deep richness, and enjoy a clean finish without any cloying sweetness. Compared to many major brands that advertise themselves as natural, but secretly add sugar, molasses, or vegetable oils, Aldi's version offers a truly healthy eating experience. The butter is thick, but not pasty, and it doesn't stick to your throat. Whether spread on bread, blended into smoothies, or used for baking, it retains the original flavor of peanuts instead of tasting like a sugary spread. The most notable point is that the significantly lower price does not drag the quality down. On the contrary, it exposes a familiar truth in the food industry. You often pay more for the brand and advertising than for the ingredients. With Simply Nature Organic Peanut Butter, Aldi isn't trying to make a product that simply pleases the crowd. They chose to make peanut butter the way it should be. This straightforward approach is why many people, after getting used to this taste, no longer want to return to expensive jars full of unnecessary additives. 2. Emporium Selection Aged White Cheddar. Emporium Selection Aged white cheddar is clear proof that an affordable product can meet every standard of premium cheese. Instead of cutting corners on the process to save money, Aldi ages it for over 12 months, long enough for the flavors to fully develop. Balanced saltiness, rich creaminess, a subtle sweetness, and that slightly nutty finish that's the hallmark of properly aged cheddar. When you slice it, the texture is crumbly in the best way, not artificially chewy or overly soft. You'll often see those little calcium lactate crystals on the surface. Some mistake them for a flaw, but they're actually a sign of natural aging. Fancy brands hype this up as a quality feature. Aldi just includes it quietly without slapping on a luxury label. What really wins people over is how versatile it is. It melts evenly without separating or turning greasy, and the flavor stays balanced. Perfect for mac and cheese, grilled dishes, or snacking with crackers and fruit, it delivers depth without overwhelming. At a fraction of the price of comparable cheddars, this one challenges the idea that great cheese needs fancy packaging or a high price tag. When the core quality comes from good milk and proper aging time, the brand becomes secondary. 3. Simply Nature Organic Ketchup. Ketchup is such a familiar product that many people assume every bottle is the same. However, you only need to try Aldi's Simply Nature Organic Ketchup to see the immediate difference. It isn't about the color or thickness, but the taste of real tomatoes, a flavor that has been hidden for too long by sugar, corn syrup, and flavor adjusters in industrial ketchup. Aldi chose a simpler and more honest approach. The product is made from naturally ripened organic tomatoes, with no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial colors, and no excess preservatives. When tasting it, a light tartness comes first, followed by the natural sweetness of tomatoes, ending with a clean aftertaste that doesn't linger unpleasantly. This experience is completely different from the harsh sweetness typical of many major brands. This balance makes Simply Nature easy to pair with many dishes. It doesn't make fries feel greasy. When eaten with burgers or sandwiches, it doesn't overpower the taste of the meat. When used as a base for cooking sauces, the tomato flavor retains its depth instead of turning the dish into an overly sweet mess. In blind taste tests, many people choose Aldi's ketchup because it tastes more like the ketchup of the past. And given the significantly lower price, the question becomes clear. Why pay extra for bottles of ketchup that contain more sugar than tomatoes? Simply, Nature Organic Ketchup doesn't need loud advertising. It persuades through the actual eating experience, where the tomato is the main character. This return to basics is why many people, after switching to Aldi, no longer want to return to expensive ketchup that lacks flavor depth. 4. Cinnamon Crunch Squares. Aldi's Cinnamon Crunch Squares prove that a classic product can be done even better without a fancy, expensive name attached. From the first spoonful, the satisfying crunch, warm cinnamon aroma, and just right sugar coating bring back memories of famous big brand cereals. The difference isn't in the taste, it's that Aldi doesn't overdo it. They nail the balance. Sweetness that's moderate, cinnamon that's prominent but not harsh, and the squares stay crispy in milk for a good while without going soggy fast. That's something even pricier cereals often miss when they overload on sugar for that instant wow. Another plus is the cleaner ingredient list. They skip unnecessary additives, making the flavor pure and easy on the stomach, especially great for kids or anyone eating cereal regularly. It feels tasty and guilt-free. On the money side, the gap is huge. Cereal is a weekly repeat buy. At about half the price of name brands, the savings add up fast while the experience is nearly identical. In blind tests, many people struggle to tell Aldi's apart, or even prefer it. Cinnamon Crunch Squares win with consistency, great eatability, and no brand tax. For lots of families, it's the smarter, cheaper choice that doesn't feel like a compromise. In fact, it feels like an upgrade. 5. Chausseur Milk Chocolat. You only need one taste of Chausseur for the line between price and quality to blur. The feeling of the chocolate square slowly melting, smooth as velvet, and releasing natural notes in the throat feels truly expensive. It delivers a deep and luxurious cocoa aftertaste, completely opposite to the gritty, waxy texture or sharp sugary taste often found in common supermarket candy bars. The core lies in the cocoa ratio and the processing method. Chocolatier uses a higher cocoa content than standard labels. They also apply a longer conching process, a step of slow mixing and grinding that helps the chocolate become smooth and uniform and develop a deep flavor. Thanks to this, the texture is silky, melts evenly, is not lumpy, and does not feel heavy in the mouth. The ingredient list is also relatively clean. Aldi doesn't need to use many artificial flavors to compensate for poor quality cocoa. The flavor comes from real ingredients, making the chocolate easy to eat without causing flavor fatigue quickly, even if you have several pieces in a row. Placed next to familiar chocolate bars on supermarket shelves, the price gap makes the experience worth thinking about. With a significantly lower price but quality that approaches or even exceeds many expensive products, it poses a direct question. Are consumers paying for cocoa or for the brand? Chaucer proves that substance matters more than appearance. Without luxury packaging, it wins thanks to rich flavor and perfect texture. This product creates a paradox. It makes other expensive chocolate bars seem mediocre. Once you have tasted this refinement, you will find it hard to swallow those sugary, characterless products, no matter how high their price is. 6. Emporium Selection Spicy Cheddar. Emporium Selection. Spicy cheddar highlights the clear gap between cheese that's spicy just for show and one built with serious flavor layering. Instead of fake heat, Aldi uses real jalapenos, finely chopped and evenly mixed into well-aged cheddar. This keeps the cheese as the star, with the spice kicking in afterward, enough to excite without overpowering. From the first bite, you get rich, creamy, perfectly salted cheddar. Then, a few seconds later, mild heat spreads gently on your tongue, lingering just right for enjoyment, without burning or tiring your palate. It's how premium spicy cheeses approach it. Heat as a complement, not the main event. Texture-wise, it stays smooth and melts beautifully. No oil separation or clumping. Great for grilled cheese, nachos, or burgers. Many higher-priced spicy options fall short here, with strong heat but unstable melt. The ingredients are clean too. No need for artificial spice or color additives. That simplicity makes the flavor clear and pleasant, especially for regular cheese eaters. Side by side with expensive gourmet brands, the experience isn't far off, but the price gap is huge. That's why so many realize you don't need a fancy name for properly executed spicy cheese. With Aldi, quality comes first, and the low price is just the result of doing things more efficiently. Like the video if this surprised you. 7. Friendly Farms, Milsani Greek Yogurt. Greek yogurt from Aldi's Friendly Farms and Milsani lines perfectly embodies the do less, but do it right philosophy. Instead of faking a rich, creamy feel with additives, Aldi focuses on multiple straining for that naturally thick, smooth texture, true to traditional Greek yogurt. When you open the lid, it holds its shape firmly, with no runny liquid and no thickeners needed to hide thinness. The taste is a clean, mild tang up front, not harsh or overly sweet. That balance makes it easy to eat every day, even if you're not a fan of strong sourness. More importantly, the dense texture delivers real staying power, giving you that full protein-packed satisfaction instead of just feeling like a light, healthy snack. The big standout is the ingredient list. Many brands add sugar or flavors to mask poor texture, but these keep it minimal. Fewer ingredients mean the flavor comes from real milk, not tweaks. This shines when you use it as a base for breakfast, smoothies, or even savory dishes as a sour cream swap. It's incredibly versatile too. Mix in honey and fruit for a quick breakfast, whip up dressings or dips that stay thick, or cook with it. It holds up without separating much, keeping dishes stable. Compared to famous higher-priced brands, Aldi's version doesn't fall short at all. The main difference hits after buying. You're paying for actual quality, not labels or ads. For regular yogurt eaters, it's an economical, reliable long-term choice. 8. Simply Nature, organic pantry items. Oats, beans, rice, nuts, isin. The Simply Nature organic pantry line shows a practical approach to healthy eating. Instead of turning organic into a luxury, Aldi makes it an everyday basic. Clean ingredients, minimal processing, and perfect for daily use. Oats, beans, rice, and nuts, gosh seeds, all have short ingredient lists. No added flavors, no excess preservatives. Just what you'd expect from staple foods. What sells it is the consistent quality. Oats cook up soft but hold their shape. Rice is uniform, lightly aromatic, and has no impurities. Beans turn out tender without being mushy or dry. Nuts and seeds are crisp with clear, natural richness, showing proper handling, no staleness or oxidation. These small details make a big difference in regular cooking. Simply Nature stands out from other organic brands with its pricing. While many hike costs for marketing and image, Aldi streamlines the supply chain. You get truly lower prices without quality trade-offs. Versatility is huge too. These are building blocks for meals. Oats for breakfast, rice and beans for mains, and nuts seeds for snacks. Good basics mean simple seasoning still yields great food. The real appeal of Simply Nature is its reliability, not flash. It's proof that organic food can be democratized. This line makes mindful eating affordable and sustainable. No financial strain for a greener lifestyle. 9. Bake Shop, Bake-Off croissants and bread. The Bake Shop and Bake-Off sections at Aldi are often walked right past, but they're actually some of the best values in the store. The butter croissants and breads don't feel mass-produced. They come pretty close to what you'd get from an artisanal bakery. That subtle buttery aroma, evenly golden crust, and visible flaky layers when you break one open are signs of proper laminating technique, not just puffing up with additives. When you bite in, the croissant is crispy outside, but soft, moist, and airy inside. No dryness. The butter flavor is clear, but not overwhelming, so it doesn't get greasy fast. Many pricier commercial bakeries struggle with this balance, while Aldi nails it at a lower cost. For the breads, Aldi keeps things simple and practical. The crust has just the right chew, the crumb isn't crumbly or falling apart. Perfect for breakfast toast or sandwiches. Reheat it, and it revives nicely without going hard or losing flavor, showing solid flour quality and consistent baking. A big plus is the reliability. No matter when you buy, the quality stays pretty much the same. No good day, bad day lottery. Compared to upscale bakeries, the main difference isn't taste, it's the price. Aldi skips fancy decorations and brand overhead, focusing on the essentials. Just a quick warm-up in the oven, and those bake-off croissants taste fresh-baked, making you wonder why you'd ever pay double for something similar. If you love European-style pastries, this is an easy, everyday, affordable option. 10. Kirkwood Fresh Chicken and Frozen Chicken Products. For anyone who relies on chicken as a daily staple, Kirkwood offers rare peace of mind. Skipping flashy marketing, this brand wins with straightforward quality. Whether you buy today or next month, the freshness and taste stay consistent. That steady reliability builds real loyalty, so you grab it without second guessing. Fresh chicken has a firm texture, natural color, and no off smells. It holds moisture well during cooking without leaking a ton of water. Once done, it's tender but not mushy, with clear natural sweetness. No heavy seasoning needed to hide flaws. This shows starting with good raw material matters more than the label. The frozen line keeps up that consistency. Pieces are cleanly cut and fairly uniform for easy cooking. Any breading or seasoning, if included, is balanced, not overpowering the chicken. After thawing and cooking, it doesn't dry out or turn soggy. Another win is the variety. From breasts and thighs to quick prep items for busy nights, Kirkwood covers a full week's needs. At noticeably lower prices than big brands, it's easier to stick to home cooking without budget stress. Quietly, without hype, Kirkwood earns fans through how it tastes on the plate. Next to pricier trays, you realize you're often paying extra for the name, not better meat. Kirkwood delivers long-term confidence where tasty, convenient, and affordable all meet, earning a solid spot in every kitchen. 6. Lacura Skincare. Lacura is clear proof that effective skincare doesn't have to come with a high price tag. Aldi's beauty line skips fancy packaging and over-the-top promises, focusing instead on solid formulas and long-term usability. This straightforward approach might make it easy to overlook at first, but it builds real trust once you stick with it for a while. The strength of Lacura lies in using proven active ingredients you're already familiar with, like hyaluronic acid, retinol, and vitamin C. The same core stuff found in many premium brands. The big difference? Lacura doesn't inflate the price for branding or heavy advertising. They keep formulas balanced and focused on consistent results. On the skin, the products spread easily, absorb quickly, and don't feel heavy. Moisturizers provide good hydration without clogging pores, while anti-aging items improve things gradually, or rather than promising instant tight skin miracles. This cautious method works well for various skin types and lowers the risk of irritation over time. One noteworthy point is that they're produced under strict European standards, which are tougher on ingredients and chemical limits. That adds peace of mind, especially if you prioritize safety over quick fixes. When compared to mid-range or luxury products, the results aren't drastically different for the same goals. Lacura doesn't claim to transform your skin overnight. Instead, it supports building a sustainable routine where benefits come from consistency. And at a fraction of the cost of big-name brands, it's easy to see you're paying for your skin, not the label on the bottle. You can see Aldi doesn't win with cheap for cheap's sake. They win by cutting out what doesn't add real value. With carefully selected ingredients, streamlined formulas, and efficient operations, the quality can match, or even beat, familiar expensive brands. The key takeaway? It's all about knowing what you're really buying, eating, and putting on your skin every day. When choices are based on actual experience rather than hype or name recognition, saving money isn't a sacrifice. It's a smart, sustainable decision for both your health and your wallet. Which tip from the video surprised you the most?